All right, welcome. Today, we're not just talking about investing. Nope, we are tearing down the blueprint for a financial machine. Think of it like a meticulously designed engine built for one purpose, creating a family legacy that lasts for generations. So let's pop the hood and see exactly how this thing works.
Just imagine this for a second. What if you had an investment that paid you six figures a year, passively, one that also gave you massive tax write-offs, and, get this, it even paid for your family vacations, all while growing bigger and bigger on its own without you having to put in another dime? It sounds like a total fantasy, right? Well, today we're going to look at a real strategy that's designed to do exactly that. So, over the next few minutes, we're going to unpack the 4 key ingredients that make this whole thing possible. We're talking about a very specific, untapped market, a unique legal structure that does the work for you, a crazy powerful tax advantage flywheel, and a self-funding growth engine that basically makes the whole thing run forever. Let's start with the first one, the foundation of it all.
Okay, so every great machine needs fuel, right? And for this one, the fuel is demand. It all kicks off with finding the perfect market, a place that's high value, and this is crucial, has very, very low competition for a very specific type of customer.
Now, check this out. We're looking at a place called Burney, California. It's this hub for outdoor adventure, kind of nestled right between 3 huge tourist magnets. You've got over 850,000 people flooding into this region every single year. So this isn't about trying to create demand out of thin air. It's about tapping into a massive existing fire hose of visitors who are already showing up looking for exactly these kinds of experiences.
But here's the twist. The real gold mine isn't just catering to your average tourist, it's targeting this hybrid market of corporate groups, the whole MICE industry, that wants to mix their business retreats with real, authentic outdoor adventures. Think about tech companies from the Bay Area looking for a unique place to do some team building. It's an incredibly valuable niche, and almost nobody is serving it.
So just how valuable are we talking? Well, the potential annual revenue for just this one specific niche, we're talking short-term rentals for corporate groups in this region, is estimated to be as high as $15 million. This is not a small-time play. It's a massive, untapped market opportunity just sitting there. Okay. So we've found the market, but how in the world do you capture all that value without turning into a full-time hotel manager? Well, that brings us to ingredient number 2, the legal vehicle that makes this a truly passive investment.
The key here is a structure called a real estate limited partnership, or RELP, and it's a simple but absolutely brilliant concept. You basically have 2 roles. You've got the general partner, who does all the heavy lifting, and then you have the limited partners who provide the cash and stay completely hands-off.
And this chart just lays it out perfectly. As the limited partner, or LP, your one job is to invest. The general partner's job is, well, it's everything else. From managing construction and bookings to handling maintenance and filing all the tax forms. You are an owner, but you are not an operator. That's the critical difference.
So what do you get for being the smart, passive partner? Well, this is where it gets really, really good. We're talking a projected 6-figure annual passive income. You get 2 weeks of personal vacation at the property every single year, with a full concierge service to boot. And you can even use your profits to fund more tax-deductible travel. The machine literally pays you and gives you incredible perks.
All right, so we've got a killer market and a passive structure. Now it's time for the secret sauce, the tax strategies that act like a powerful accelerator. This is the flywheel that starts spinning and just generates more and more wealth, faster and faster.
This number right here, it's an absolute game changer. It stands for 100% bonus depreciation. Now, this is a tax incentive that lets the business deduct the entire cost of new assets, like building the properties, in the very first year. This creates a huge paper loss right away, and you can then use that loss to wipe out your other taxable income, from your day job. This can mean getting a massive tax refund right at the very beginning.
The second part of this flywheel is all about family. And as investor Michael Chang points out, this isn't some shady loophole. It's a completely legitimate IRS-sanctioned strategy. You can actually pay your kids for real, actual work they do for the business.
So here's how this works, and it's critical to get this right. Your kids help with real age-appropriate tasks. Maybe they appear in some marketing photos to show it's a family-friendly spot. The business then pays them a fair wage, which becomes a business deduction for you. That income, up to the standard deduction of $14,600, is totally tax-free to them.
Then, you take that money and you dump it into a Roth IRA in their name. You're literally turning a business expense into a tax-free investment machine for your kids' future.
And the long-term impact of this? It is absolutely staggering. If you followed this strategy consistently, each of your kids could have over $500,000 sitting in their investment accounts by the time they turn 18. That is the insane power of starting early and using the tax code the way it was designed.
And that brings us to the final and maybe the most brilliant piece of this entire machine, the perpetual growth engine. This is how the model is designed to scale itself, completely debt-free, without ever needing another dollar of capital from the original investors.
The whole concept is called a builder, developer, promote. So when it's time to expand and build more properties, a brand new, separate partnership is created. New limited partners are brought in who want the same awesome passive benefits, and it's their capital that pays for the construction of the next phase.
Okay, now here is the magic. The original partners also set up a separate development company. The new investors pay this company a set price for their new property, and that price has a construction markup built right into it. That markup, which works out to about $216,000 on a single property, is pure profit that flows directly back to you, the original Phase 1 investors.
Oh, but it does not stop there. Not even close. On top of the development company, the original partners also own the on-site management company. So for that exact same new property, they collect management and resort fees every single year, forever. That adds up to another $50,000 or more in recurring annual income from a property you didn't pay a single penny to build. The machine is now funding itself and paying you to make it bigger.
So let's put all of these pieces together and look at the completed machine. Because the real power here isn't in any single ingredient. It's in how they are stacked on top of each other to create this incredible compounding effect.
So let's recap. You start with a high-demand, low-competition market. You use a passive legal structure so you don't have to do any of the work. You supercharge the whole thing with a tax flywheel that turns business expenses into generational wealth. And finally, you build in a self-funding engine for perpetual debt-free growth. Each piece just makes the others that much more powerful.
When you combine these four elements, you're really moving beyond just simple investing. You're actually engineering a system, a true machine that's designed to produce passive income, give you an incredible lifestyle, and protect a legacy that can last for generations. This is the blueprint. The only question left is, what will you build with it?